This is harrod-domar model, part 2, and the part 1 is already discussed. This is the formal proof where y hat is equal to k hat is equal to n. Y is the output, k is the capital, and n is the savings divided by consumption. This is the formal proof where y hat equal to k hat equal to n. We know what is y, what is k, and what is n. Once unemployment is vanished, then we know that yt is equal to blt because unemployment is vanished. With taking derivative, total derivative, we get yt hat is equal to beta hat plus lt hat. And beta hat equal to 0, and then it is equal to lt hat, it's equal to n, already there in the screen. That is, and we know that the k dot t kt dot, or it is better to say kt dot, is equal to savings into output. It's equal to savings small s into, we know that beta t equal to l into lt into or b into lt, and previously already discussed that unemployment is vanished, that is a yt equal to b into lt. So k dot kt dot, k2 dot, we can write this is equal to s into b into lt, and the formal proof is y hat it's equal to k hat is equal to n. When unemployment vanish, not employment, unemployment vanish, then yt equal to beta blt. Then from here, that k hat t, it's the investment, is equal to savings into output, where we can write this equation that s into b into lt, because we know that y is equal to blt. So blt here and divided by kt, because both the term we are dividing by kt. If kt hat it's constant, then this value, this ratio lt by kt, that must be constant, this must be constant here. If lt divided by kt is constant, then lt hat divided by kt, it's equal to 0. So L my lt hat minus kt hat is equal to 0. So that proves that lt hat equal to kt, and we know kt hat is equal to n. So output and capital labor grow, output and capital labor grow at the same rate. So yt output, kt capital, and lt labor grow at same rate. The rate is n. This kind of state it's called the steady state, because all the variable grow at the same rate here. Now here consider per capita income. Per capita income, that means total output by, what will be the per capita income? Per capita income, it's per capita income, total output by total number of labor. If y total output grow at a rate n and l the labor grow at the rate n, labor also grow at the rate n, output also grow at the rate n. So per capita income remain unchanged. Then per capita income unchanged. If per capita income equal to S divided by C minus N, where we know K hat equal to Y hat equal to N, and K hat is S minus C minus, sorry, per capita income. What will be the per capita income? It is equal to savings divided by consumption divided by n minus n, subtract n, that means the here per capita income it's is divided by c minus n. Per capita income grow at this rate it's equal to, we know that n is equal to s by c, so we also can prove s equal to k hat. So that is why we can write kt hat minus n. So kt hat also it's equal to n. So we can write n minus n is equal to 0 per capita. So growth in per capita income it's equal to 0, and kt dot is equal to s into yt. So s, yt means variance of kt, v of kt and b of lt, minimum. So we are dividing both side by kt. We get k dot by k dot t by kt. It's equal to s. This s is replaced here, and the minimum v divided by kt and upper kt and lower kt it's cancel out, comma BLT by KT. So KT hat now change in capital, that is KT hat or estimated capital is equal to S of minimum of B into BLT divided by KT. We know that the KT it's equal to N, so we can write here N is equal to S of into minimum of B into BLT divided by KT. And if in case 2, consider case 2 where n it's less, if n it's a labor growth rate, what is n? Labor growth rate, and S by C, savings divided by consumption. Labor growth rate is less than the savings by consumption ratio, then V its minimum. Uh, and V its minimum, then V and BLT divided by KT. Then we can say that n is equal to s into v, and we cannot say n equal to s by v. It is minimum between v and blt divided by kt, because v it's not minimum between v, this is v it's not minimum between v and b kt lt kt. So suppose minimum it's BLT divided by KT, it's less than V. So BLT it's less than theta B theta KT, and we can write YT equal to minimum of VKT and BLT. From where we get this value, that is, we know BLT is equal to YT from previous equation, and VKT. That means minimum. We don't know which one is minimum, which one is maximum, but we need to write. In the last line, YT equal to BLT, because VKT term it's greater. So YT equal to VKT. This is case 3 because when VK it's less than BLT, so YT equal to V of KT, and YT equal to V of KT, Y equal to BLT it's less than VKT. That means B and V are the coefficient and LT হচ্ছে labor and KT capital. That is, this equation is called ideal capital or excess capacity. Following situation may be one that case 1 proof that N is greater than S by C. Growing at an unemployment rate, there is a rise unemployment, and N is less than, and if N is greater than S by um, N is greater than S by C, that's create unemployment. If N is less than S by C. This case, second case, it's excess capacity in the economy because savings divided by consumption ratio is greater than the labor growth rate. That is why there is an excess capacity, and N is equal to S by C. Yeah, labor growth rate is equal to savings by consumption ratio. Need endogenous growth model here. Harrod-domar model, growth model. Harrod-domar 3 concept is there: actual growth rate, guaranteed growth, and other thing is that in the harrod-domar model there are different concept of growth that we'll discuss in the third part.